I see. So guys, if you're actually doing something to help your life, you're just making sure that no matter what, that you're learning all the nice and beautiful ways of life that they're doing in terms of people are doing. So if you're talking about medications and you're making sure that you're raising the risk of nothing in terms of making sure that you're understanding that the glucocorticoids or in terms of life is the nice and beautiful corticosteroids in terms of corticosteroids, and you're making sure that you understand that you're including the nice and beautiful prednisone, which is the prednisolone, and make sure you understand that those are together. And then you're connecting words such as thyroid hormone, which is the anticoagulants. In terms of thyroid hormone, is the anticoagulants of blood thinners, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're including the heparin and with the warfarin, which is all together. And you're making sure that no matter what, that as protein pump inhibitors is the PPIs, and you're making sure that no matter what, as you are understanding that the other antacids are also adversely affects in mineral status, to make sure that you understand that the some antidepressants are medications, and you're making sure that no matter what, that the some vitamin A retinoid medications are also thiazide diuretics, and you're making sure that the thiazolide iron diurnose in terms of thiazolid, or I see thiazolidine nodes, is the thiazide diuretics of type 2 diabetes, and you're making sure that you understand that these decrease bone formation in terms of anything that they're doing around diabetes in life is decreasing bone density and everything, but make sure you understand that nothing can decrease your bone density if you talk more. Understand? So make sure you understand that they're just saying that people who have diabetes type 2 are people who have bone loss structures, and that's it. So make sure you understand that if you go and really understand immunosuppressant in terms of immunosuppressant agents, then you understand that anything that's that, then you're understanding that it's more cyclosporous. In terms of cyclosporine is then, or cyclosporine is a nice and beautiful immunosuppressant agent, which is an immune, or as is, in terms of cyclosporine is an immunosuppressant agent, which is a both bone resorption of formation. So making sure that you understand that it's really has a lot in terms of has a lot to do with aromatase, in terms of aromatase, or as aromatase, or as this is aromatase inhibitors. So if you understand that anything that's a resorption and formation is a in terms of is a aromatase inhibitor, to make sure that you're treating people with deplete sex hormones, and also anything that's also anastrozole or anything that has to do with arimidex. And that's all together, and you're making sure that you're just learning the different words, and you're learning the chemotherapeutic agents, which include letrozole and Femara to treat breast cancer. And also you're making sure that no matter what, that if you want to treat breast cancer, then just talk more words. Talk more words. But make sure you understand anyway that Jesus Christ over here says that people who have breast cancer, unfortunately they have to have a treatment over here, and it's more how they have to go and give them something to help them to live life. But if you understand that there's a treatment here that you can do around actual disease before you even get the disease, and that's what Jesus Christ does. So Jesus Christ does anything to do with something that before you even get the disease. You understand? But if you get the disease, if somebody gets the disease, then make sure you understand that then they have to treat it with medication. Alavai. Or that's what Jesus Christ says also. You understand? But that's how it is. Or then you have to go and treat yourself with medication if you get the disease. I understand? So if somebody has cancer, then they have to go through these types of chemotherapy and all this kind of stuff, because that's what helps them in the physical realm here, and that's what happens, yeah. But it's also much more understanding that it's all spiritual, and it's actually something of information that does help you in other realms. But you're making sure you understand that you never want to get to that stage where you have the disease. Make sure you never get to the stage where you may have disease. So I'm understanding that for myself, I have no chance to get disease in this lifetime because I never believe in disease. But people who get disease in this lifetime are people who believe in disease, and that's it. They believe that they're getting disease in life, and that's why they get a disease. You understand? So never talk about getting a disease, and just make sure that you're understanding that you're talking about preventing diseases. Makes sense? Because that's how you live life. So I'm understanding anyway that I'm learning very quickly upon what's happening as well. I'm actually understanding that if you want to treat breast cancer, then you understand that leuprolin is something that's a lupron or a prostate cancer. And you must understand other conditions also, which is a glucocorticoid, which is a induce of nice osteoporosis in the most common type of development due to medication use. So osteoporosis comes from medication use as well. I understand. So make sure you understand that and just learn something along the way. Alright, so anyway, as I go and see the prevention process over here of alterations to the lifestyle of anything that you can reduce, for example, with calcium and vitamin D is something that you have to go and increase. And you have to increase actual calcium and vitamin D intake to make sure that you understand that anything that's dairy products is also something that they are saying that's a plentiful source of income because of calcium. But make sure you understand that no matter what, it's more how you have to understand that you never need dairy products to have calcium. You must understand that it's much more those people who have calcium is they're saying that no matter what, you must understand that you never get your calcium from dairy products. Because vegans get their calcium from beans and nuts and also tofu and other sources like Weet-Bix. So make sure you understand soy milk gives you calcium as well. There's plenty of other sources of calcium, guys. So make sure you understand that you never resort to pills and any kind of pill formation to give you any kind of, let's say, sources of actual nutrients and minerals. So you understand that calcium is essential for bones, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you have to go and consume enough calcium daily to understand that people who are 19 years and above have to consume at least 1,000 milligrams of calcium per day, is what they're saying. And also women who are 51 years of age and more, all adults from the 71 years onwards should, in terms of have to, have a daily intake of 1,200 milligrams of calcium. So just make sure you're always understanding that I can have myself more than that, but making sure that no matter what, that you just go and stick to the guidelines every single day and make sure that those are the guidelines always. So make sure you understand always to go and just dwell upon those guidelines and just do that. And just make sure that you understand that anything that's a dietary source is a milk or cheese or dairy foods or yogurts in terms of yogurts, but also anything that's a dietary source is also green leafy vegetables such as kale and broccoli, and also anything like fish and soft bones is also a dietary source of salmon and tuna, and also fortified in terms of fortifying breakfast cereals is all dietary sources. But guess what? I promise you, the real dietary source is anything that's never meat. Understand? But they're never telling you that. Understand? They're never telling you that, and they're just going by the overall information here. And you must understand that they are never helping you with that information. But I'm helping you here to say that anything that's a dietary source is anything that's vegan food only. That's the best dietary source. And now understand that no matter what, that if you go and see persons in terms of people's calcium intake, then you must understand to have always much more adequacy in terms of vitamin D, and make sure that you understand that vitamin D plays a key role in preventing osteoporosis in the nice and beautiful way of life where it helps to absorb calcium. And also you must understand that dietary sources including fortifying foods such as salt water and fish and liver is something that has vitamin D, is what they're saying. But anything that has vitamin D really is anything that's, or else now you must understand that anything really has any kind of minerals and nutrients is only vegan food. That's the best source of information you'll get. You must understand. So as I really go and really understand that the most vitamin D someone who can get in terms of sun exposure, also you can get vitamin D in sun exposure as well. And also you can get vitamin D in the air you breathe as well. And you can get vitamin D in the skin you have also, and also in the world you live. Understand? So any kind of minerals and nutrients you have in life, you can all get it as you're living on, is what that information says. So make sure you understand that no matter what, that it's just that kind of way where doctors are always moderate in terms of regular exposure to sunlight. And you must understand anyway that if you're learning that, then you just have moderate exposure in terms of just have exposure to sunlight, is what they're saying. And I always understand that if you're understanding anything that's moderate, then do it better only. Go better than moderate and use something much better. So I understand that lifestyle factors, I understand I never need a drug. I understand the drugs that I have is my words. And that's how I actually grow myself, through words. And as I go and do my life much greater, making sure that I'm just studying upon what's happening with people. So understand that if you want to minimize the risks, then you have to avoid smoking cigarettes and also reduce the nice and beautiful way of anything that is never good for you, and make sure that everything is good for you first. And then you're making sure that no matter what, that anything that's growth in new bone is also estrogen in levels of woman, and you're making sure that no matter what, you're limiting alcohol intake to encourage healthy bones and to prevent falls for yourself, so you can understand that no matter what, that you're getting regular weight bearing exercises where you understand that you're just doing something to make sure that you're walking around and promoting a healthy bone mass and strengthening your support with muscles is what health is all about. And you're making sure that you're exercising flexibility and balance in yourself. And you can also do some yoga around life, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're reducing risk and falls and fractures is what life is. So making sure that no matter what, if you're learning something about osteoporosis and anything that's nutrition, then you're making sure that you're also exercising, and also making sure that you're using any kind of fall prevention techniques where you understand that it plays a key role in reducing risk factors to make sure that you have a greater way of bone density. So make sure you understand that no matter what, that you fall in the way that you understand you fall in the word I, and you make sure that you avoid trip hazards and anything that is a nice and beautiful way of rugs and clutters in life. So making sure that you're avoiding that, because you never need that, but you understand that no matter what, that you have to go and see a vision screening of life where you understand no matter what, that you go and see the eyewear of up to dates, and you're making sure that you're installing grab bars, for example, so you have in a bathroom as well. And you're making sure that no matter what, that you have better than that, and you never need grab bars. I mean, you never need grab bars and anything like that. So making sure that no matter what, that you're ensuring yourself plenty of light in the room, so you understand that no matter what, that you're practicing the nice and beautiful balance of Tai Chi as well every single day, and understanding that the doctors over here are reviewing medications always to reduce the risk of dizziness. So make sure you understand that you never go to doctors for dizziness, and never go to doctors to get medications for dizziness, because that way you must understand that if you are doing something to get dizzy, then make sure you are somebody who speaks warm words, and make sure you never rely on doctors to give you medications, because that's the worst way to live. Unfortunately, that's the most unhealthy way to live, because Jesus Christ never goes to a doctor to get some medications from them. Or in the sense of follow Jesus Christ. And I understand that no matter what, if you're understanding anything that's a USPTSF, which is the United States Preventive Service Task Force, and that's what it stands for, and understand they are the people who, for all of the women in terms of age 65 and over, and they are people who are also experiencing a fracture of some sort. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that's what they're saying. So I'm understanding that if you understand knowledge is power, then go and get the newsletters of life somewhere, so you can go and understand to just improve your diet with a diagnosis of something that's a family history, where you're understanding to go and be someone who suspects something better for yourself in a bone mineral density, which is a BMD, which is a bone mineral density scan. So if you understand, BMD stands for bone density, in terms of bone mineral density. So BMD stands for bone mineral density. So I'm focusing on saying that I have a message over here that says that Jesus Christ is understanding that he wants me to go and deliver content in terms of my format over here in a way that I'm learning much more. So I'll focus on understanding that I'm learning something much more here. I can go and do something else now, because I understand that anyway. Then once I go and do just this over here, I can go and realize now's the time for me to just go and do something else now. Because I focus upon saying that what's important for myself over here is I love my life over here, so I focus on just having a nice and beautiful life for myself to go and do something different, because I feel that there's a message for me over here that I'm doing something different. And what I need to do now is I need to focus on just having some food and drink over here. I'm understanding that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm making sure I'm studying something. I'm studying different acts of whatever it is, and I'm focusing on understanding that I hear myself doing better, but I'm understanding that I just focus on delivering content. See guys, when you're teaching people, just teach them about nutrition, and teach them how to have more time, and teach them everything about how you live life, because that way you have a public speaking seminar of a lifetime. I just say guys very quickly, you have to be promoting your business cards on the doors and mailboxes and on cars all your life. And be promoting your business cards always. And every single day just give a few thousand business cards to people. And that way you just become somebody faster. See, so guys, what's important is to understand that you never ever forget to just be able to go and talk whenever you want in a way that you are learning quickly upon what you're doing. And now, for myself over here, I'm not saying I'm ahead of the game in terms of what I'm doing. I'm not saying that no matter what, that my uploading online is excellent. So now as I'm doing content, I want to be able to organize my audio programs in my voice memo. And then from that point, I want to make sure anyway that all my life coaching programs in terms of my audios goes into one program or one folder. I mean, one folder, and it's all numbers. It's all numbers into how to live life. And that's it. That's my whole life coaching program, man. From that point, I understand that no matter what, I can start my videos, and also music production is coming up, and that'll be. Then I can do 1 hour of videos every single day online, and I can make my way up to 3-hour videos a day. And that's something I can do, and I make sure no matter what, I'm learning much more upon what I can do. And I'm understanding anyway, that the thing about, let's say, videos with myself now, is I want to keep doing it. I want to keep doing my videos. And now I'm having a shower now. I'm grooming my session. I have a grooming session, and I want to go and understand to study now about the hiring of people. So I understand that Jesus Christ is saying just go to some kind of company over here where you can hire people. And from that point, I understand I give them some money and I hire somebody to just be able to stand at the door for myself. And Jesus Christ says just hire somebody. And Jesus Christ says give them the money just 3 days before the event. And that way I'm understanding no matter what, I'll learn very quickly upon how much time that is. I'm actually understanding that no matter what I have on the 24th of actual May, I can do it. So that's in 12 days time. Or as in 12 days time, but I'll just focus upon doing that. And I'm understanding that no matter what, I understand straight away how to do that. So I'm saying 12 days away from, I say I give money to hire somebody to come to my event to do better. But as I plan my life, guys, in audio all day long, I understand that you must understand that Jesus Christ understands how fast this is. But it's much more how I can talk all day long with you like this, and I can enjoy my life. I say, very nice. I like you. I like you very much. Whereas now, if you want to do anything about life, then make sure you learn some strategies upon changing your nice and beautiful life ahead of you. So making sure I have a nice and beautiful life ahead of me now, so I can go traveling and do my audio programs while I'm watching everything. I mean, how amazing is that? I can see everything while I'm talking on the phone 24/7, man. And that's the best thing, and that's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. So what I'm doing now is I want to go charge my actual Apple phone, in terms of my Apple iPhone, in terms of my nice and beautiful Apple Watch over here. So as I charge my Apple Watch over here, I'm understanding that no matter what, I have plenty of time now. I have a new life. I have refreshing moments ahead of me. I have Santiago, Spain coming up. I'm making sure I can go and just dwell upon doing everything. So I understand that what I need to do is focus upon loving my life and helping myself to deliver content. But as I deliver content for myself, I see how other people are going to say, and they're saying how I'm traveling the world, I'm going everywhere, I'm going places, and they are in a rut, mate. And they're saying how I'm doing greater, and some other people are shaming themselves because I can go and make an event. I understand Jesus Christ understands how people are shaming themselves today, and they're saying how I'm just 28 years of age and I'm just doing better than them in terms of life. But I realize all the time how I can focus upon loving my life differently and making sure I have more than enough time to go and dwell upon loving my life in the best kind of mannerism daily. Because what's important for me is understanding that if I want to go and do something to help my life, I have to plan my life in the shower. I have to be planning my life always. So I'm actually understanding that no matter what, it's more how I feel, but I understand Jesus Christ says that if you want to understand something about life over here, Jesus Christ says that you can, if you want to have a shower, and you want to have that kind of persona where you're having a shower while you're actually doing an audio program, and Jesus Christ says, it's up to you, and it's a personal preference, so it's just something you can do if you want to, but for myself, I want to be able to plan my life like this, because I feel I'll get ahead of Jesus Christ over here. I get ahead of Jesus Christ in the shower. So what I do, I just talk more anyway, but the thing is about me is I sometimes have to succumb to the point of making sure that I overcome pleasure, like for example anything to do with masturbation or anything like that. So what I do is I'm always overcoming masturbation regardless of what I'm doing, and making sure no matter what that it's more, I understand how to overcome my temptation to have pleasure with food and drink, and also with anything else like sex with other people or masturbation. More and more I have to delay that as much as I can, and it's more how I feel. So what you want out of life is to just enjoy yourself and make sure that no matter what that. In 3 months time, the nice and beautiful nightclubs are opening over here. By making sure that I'm actually going to the Spain over there. I'm going with my biological mum somewhere. And I'm understanding that no matter what that's coming up, and I focus upon understanding that until that time, I realize that the next 3 months over here, I understand I have to go and promote myself. So I understand Jesus Christ is saying the first one is a successful one. And then Jesus Christ wants me to go and just travel a bit, and I understand Jesus Christ is saying go to Hobart somewhere, and go to the nice and beautiful way of over there in Davenport somewhere. I'm not saying that, although that's just for now, but something may change where I'm focusing on understanding that it's more how I feel, where I have to create more events anyway. Alright, now I just have to understand that I have to be here for next month, because Jesus Christ is saying that everything's successful for me to just keep going, and I have to go and create another event. And now that next event is coming up somewhere different, and I have to understand to have a location. I have to pick a location. So I see the city showroom right away. Or I see Bonnering. I see Bonnering as well. So if I go to Bonnering over here, I understand I can, or I can go to Tomislav Grub. I go to the Tomislav Club over there, and that's something new as well that I can do. And I understand straight away to just go and dwell upon helping myself to eliminate myself in a way that I'm never eliminating myself, but I'm focusing on helping myself to succeed in different ways, to understand that now, since I'm understanding more about events and how to go the procedure of life much more, I understand that the information I need now is to be able to hire somebody for one day, and I just hire somebody quickly, and I just go and realize that from that point I go and always call this individual to come to my events somewhere, and I just give them money. I give them money to be able to do my products, and that way I understand that no matter what, that you're never blocking anybody in life, because guess what, I promise you, if they're blocking you, it's because they want pleasure from you, and that's why they are unable to do that with you, because they feel that it's unnecessary in a way for yourself to go with them, because they feel unattractive. And in sense, what you need to do is just do your life, and just focus on making sure that you have always better than that, and focus on something that's actually helping you move forward. And that way you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do. Well, I'm saying anyway that since my nice and beautiful life came to Sydney over here, and it's been already a few weeks, I'm making sure I'm learning a lot about Organotopia and about making events and marketing, especially now in the past 3 weeks, in terms of the most recent 3 weeks. I've been learning more about fashion modeling here and there, and also about nutrition and health, and also about how I eat and how I cook, especially now. So I'm not saying I did equip myself with some skills over here around DJing as well. And I'm also experiencing a new life about making events for myself and promoting my business cards with a new business card today. I'm summarizing my 3 weeks, guys, and more. I'm not saying that I see the transition into ABN number and business account number and FPOS machine, and also giving $700 for my event, to promote my event, and also what else? I mean, it's more like that, yeah, but other people never ever dream of promoting $700 to their name. I mean, they never ever believe that they're worth $700 bucks, man. I mean, if you put $700 into yourself, then you deserve that money from other people. You understand? So I expect for myself to at least make $700 bucks on my day. over there at the event. Because I gave that money to the people, so they have to give me that money back. And it's more how they have to. You understand? So no matter what, I understand straight away how I can grow myself anyway. But I'm not saying how Mounties now never wants to promote people like this. But I'm understanding anyway that I want to leave and I don't want to come back to Mounties ever again. Because they're people who are never in my favour about life. They'll focus upon understanding to just go away from them as soon as possible because they're jealous of me, and I'll move on very quickly. So what I do now is I promise myself always to never go back to those places where there was danger lurking. I never want to be standing at that Liverpool bus station where that guy was who did pull out a pocket knife at me. And I don't want to be at the Bank of Liverpool over there. I want to go to the other Bank of Liverpool. And then that way I'm understanding that from that point I can also understand that no matter what I stay with Commonwealth Bank now, I'm understanding that no matter what I can open a business transaction account with other banks, and I realise now Jesus Christ says it's much better for myself to let it be for now that one bank is more enough for me. I'm understanding. So the next 7 years I understand the bank or Commonwealth Bank is still here for the next 7 years. But I'm understanding that the Commonwealth Bank is moving away from life. I'm understanding that Jesus Christ says yes, because I understand that it's more how people are going into cryptocurrency. And all the banks are placing their money and their bids into cryptocurrency today. And that way I understand that the world is evolving into that. So what I need to do with the money is have to place it into real estate very quickly. I see that coming up for me. I realise it's fairly quick. And I'm seeing now how to actually do that. So what I do now is the focus upon understanding that there's still time and there's still 6 years to go about that. But making sure that for the next 6 years I want to be just doing business. I don't want real estate for the next 6 years. And that way I'm understanding that I have more time here to just go and grow myself, and I understand I have plenty of music to do for the next 6 years and plenty of audio content coming up, and also live coaching videos and events coming up now. I'm transitioning into a different period, and as I do this first event, I promise it's a successful event. I love when people watch me for 8 hours. I love it, because I already understand busking performances. I've done over 200 hours of busking performances. And I'm understanding that no matter what now, it's much more how I understand. It's much easier for me to do this, but in terms of their eyes, it's very difficult for them to make this happen in terms of life. But it's very difficult for them to stand 8 hours to speak for 8 hours, man. I mean, understand? And why is that? Because they have no public speaking performance in life. And that's why. I mean, they have no communicational skills to do that. In the sense that what I do is I make sure I learn very quickly upon helping myself to succeed in different ways, so I can learn how to actually love myself and do something that's actually worth it for myself. So as I succeed, making sure I have more than enough to recognise that my life is better than yesterday. So no matter what, that if I become the biggest failure with women, I promise I'm never the biggest failure, man. I promise you they're the failure in my life. I promise you they're the failures of life. I'm never a failure. I'm never a failure with women, especially. I'm somebody who understands women, but they never understand my word I. And they go for people who never understand them either. So I realise they deserve people who never understand them in life. So I understand anyway, what I do is I grow myself quickly now. I realise as I grow myself quickly, I understand Grant Cardone said recently that he had 100 people at his event for the first time before 31 or something like that. So I'm understanding all the time how to actually just go and grow myself. So as I grow myself, I just learn to establish myself as somebody. And as I do that, I'm focusing on just enjoying my life, guys. I'm enjoying my life differently. Making sure that no matter what, that I can see straight away how to just deliver my hair in a better way over here. I'm making sure that you guys understand that I straighten my hair in hot water. And I'm focusing on understanding that now I want to DJ my music for a few hours. I just want to sit down and DJ my music for a few hours, man. And now why is that? Because I feel I just want to learn a bit more about DJing. And then that way I'm understanding that no matter what, that once I do that, I always do that with my phones, where I make a track and then I DJ it. And then I want to understand that no matter what, that I can go and do a nice and beautiful finish of my music is much better, and I understand that. I understand that no matter what, that the finish is almost done anyway. So what I want to do is do the finish. I'll do the finish, but it's much better to do it anyway. And as I do the finish of my music track, then I can go and focus upon the middle. And now the middle is something different, and it's almost done as well. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that I'm just going to connect that together. I make 6 hours of MP3 music. I upload it to YouTube. I upload that to YouTube, and I understand that Jesus Christ, with my music tracks, I realize as he places it on SoundCloud, I realize that Jesus Christ says that he can, or else although he says it's much better to just put it on YouTube for now. I just put my music on YouTube, and that way I understand I have a subscription plan with actual SoundCloud over there. And I understand Netflix is coming up for me as well. I want to do some Netflix. I understand anyway that since I do that, I'm understanding that I was about to sleep earlier. I was about to go sleep, and luckily I just went and done some audio programs. So as I do audio programs, I realize it's a piece of cake for me to do 8-hour programs now in front of people. I mean, imagine me. I did start 1 minute doing videos for 1 minute each. I was doing 1 minute videos without being in front of people. And then I realize now I can do 8 hours in front of people in videos. I mean, in front of people this time. I can do 8 hours in front of people with videos and public speaking now. But before, I was unable to do that. I was just doing 1 minute videos without people. But now I can do 8 hours with people. There's a big difference there. I mean, when I did first start my videos, I was doing the nice and beautiful 1 minute videos. I was doing 15-second videos here and there, and 1 minute videos in Melbourne about 2 years ago. And here I am now, able to do 10-hour days with people while being a public speaker in front of people. I'm going to do 10 hours a day of public speaking in front of people. I mean, in a sense, so now there's a big difference, yeah? So that's the thing. So now, as I grow successful, or as other people are starting to feel that I'm actually boring in some types of aspects, because I'm actually promoting myself to them and I'm showing them what I'm doing, and they feel that they are recognizing I have some more success around here, and they feel that they're never really too quite, let's say, curious about me anymore. I understand, although I feel Dean Graziosi, for example, is somebody who does actually feel right now the temptation to say how much, let's say, curiousness he has in life. So I'm making sure that no matter what, I learn something, that regardless of who is jealous of me and whatever, I'm making sure that no matter what, I admire those people. And it's more, I admire Jesus Christ, and I follow Jesus Christ, so Jesus Christ admires everybody. So that way you understand straight away that you're learning. I mean, you must be learning quickly to understand straight away how Jesus Christ lives life. So you understand straight away how I do my PowerPoint presentation. I have to get a laser and I have to start lasering stuff. So I want to do it on the day. I want to do a PowerPoint presentation. Now, does Jesus Christ do a PowerPoint presentation on the day? Well, actually, Jesus Christ says, why not? I mean, why not? I mean, why not do a PowerPoint presentation? And that way I understand straight away that I have some knowledge to give out anyway about Mega Drive. And I want people to come on my link on the day. And that's 100 people. And let's say $3 per 100 people, or else $3 per 100 people and more, or I realize that's $300 a month. I mean, for the rest of my life. I mean, how much is that? I mean, I can make that money regardless of what's happening. So I'm understanding that now. What I want to do is I want to understand now that I'm going to write the numbers down. I have some numbers over here I have to write down. I'm making sure you understand that I do heat up my room while I'm having a shower. So let's have a look over here. I understand that no matter what, I have some time over here. So I'm focusing on understanding, let's say $300 a month times 12 times 72. I realize that's $259,000 I can make on this day and more. So I'm understanding that no matter what, I can do much better than that in life. But I'm focusing on understanding that now. I'm just always focusing on something different. But I'm understanding that no matter what, I'm learning. I'm learning how to actually become much more. So what I need to do is I just say over here, I can make on the 28th of I can make on the 28th of May and more of 2021. Whereas now I can make $295,000 on the 29th of May, because of the 28th of May. I can make $295,000 on the 28th of May. And also, what else do I need? I have to go and do something else over here. I'm not saying that no matter what, I'm just learning very quickly upon what's happening. And as I learn, I understand that I'm just hearing out people calling me a star. I'm a star, man. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what I do, is I focus upon loving myself in ways that is helping me grow. But other people feel that they are tempting to come and see me because I'm doing greater. And other people are coming to see me because I have something to show for it. I have something to never deny, and I'm focusing on helping my life to succeed. But I never need a cigarette. I need to go and do better than that. I'm doing better than all that, so I'm focusing on doing 1% always, because I'm focusing on how I do it. So I'm focusing on my image here, and focus on always your image about life, because how you live life is how you have to understand your image here, and just go your way. Go your way in terms of your image, and that way you're understanding straight away how you need to be safe. You need to make sure that no matter what, that your life is improving. So as you're improving your life, you're making sure that you're learning. I have to get myself a PowerPoint presentation, which I do have a PowerPoint presentation, but I just connect it up into my laptop, and I just use that for myself. And I use the nice and beautiful way of a laser for it. And I get myself a laser over there somewhere. And I just go and do that. And also, I'm understanding everything is on the go over here. I'm promoting this event, but it's the first time I'm promoting my event like this. And it's different, or else I have to always do this. It's always different for me, and I understand that anyway. I'm making my way to the spotlight more and more and more. And more people are finding out about Danny Milivojevic daily. So, anyway, that as I succeed, I shall grow. And as I grow, I'll find more to do. And as I have more to do in daily life, I'm focusing on just looking at my statistics on Instagram to see how many people are looking at my stories and how many people are showing up. So I have, over here, I have 15 people showing up to my Nice and Beautiful event page in terms of life over here. I'm understanding that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon understanding that people are following me, but guess what? Apparently it's more how they're looking at me only. And they feel that I understand anyway that what I need to do is raise my frequency here. I have to raise my frequency more and more to show people, hey, I'm much more successful than you believe. And they believe I'm successful, so I'm focusing on understanding that it's more what I believe. I believe I'm successful regardless of them. So I'm helping myself to succeed differently, and I'm making sure no matter what that I always understand straight away how to live life. Because what's beautiful for me is understanding I have more than enough success every single day. So I focus on helping myself to have more. But other guys and other people are unblocking me on Instagram to see what I'm doing. And as I really enjoy myself to do greater, I'm understanding that no matter what, I always have that nice and beautiful life back in terms of something that's helping me move forward. So what's important for me is understanding every single time to go and deliver something of nice and beautiful content to help myself succeed, because that's how I see life. And how I see life is understanding straight away how people are promoting one type of car as well. And I understand that no matter what, that they are just promoting their car only. So go and promote everybody's car so you can understand straight away what you need to do to succeed is what you need to do. So what you understand straight away is life itself, in a way that you're enjoying your life differently. And as you enjoy life differently, you're focusing on making sure that you have more than enough of whatever you need every single day to succeed. So make sure every single day you're focusing on your life to understand that now more people are understanding my Instagram over here. I mean, I have 140 people coming to my Nice and Beautiful YouTube account in the past 48 hours over here. I'm understanding that no matter what, my click rate is going up. So I'm understanding anyway that people can find me and people can say, hey, this guy over here and this guy over here. So what I do now is I talk about myself all day long. And why do I talk about myself all day long? Because when I talk about myself all day long, I get more motivational about myself.
I actually find a better deal for myself. So just recently, 92 people came to my YouTube channel recently. So I'm understanding anyway that what I'm doing now is I'm just checking my Instagram to see how much promotion I have over here exactly, so I can understand straight away what to do and how to do it. And I'm understanding I see some green, I see some nice and beautiful promotional tags over here. But what I do is I never rely on people to follow me on Instagram in terms of real follows. I'm making sure I understand that because it's much more how it is. But I'm understanding anyway that 22 people have done the clicking on my website recently, and also 169 profile visits as well. And that's all organic type riches, and I'm always promoting everything in real life anyway. But the thing is that more people see me anyway. I mean, more people have to see me. I just want to make more money now. I just want to make more money. I never care if they follow me or never follow me. I want to make more money regardless of them. You understand? So I never care about their following. I care about making money off them. That's it. Now, the only way I make money now is I promote my events monthly and I make money at the door. And that's it. That's it. That's how I make money now. And I'm always doing that. Every single month I have to be doing that because that's how the money comes in. I promise now, since I understand straight away how I actually go and focus upon something that helps me grow, I'm making sure I'm always looking at what it is about life that helps me to do greater. So as I do greater, I focus upon something that is nice and beautiful for myself in ways that I'm learning very quickly upon becoming more, because that way I'm understanding straight away to just understand how people can cheat in the wrestling ring, versus they can cheat in the wrestling ring and get up right away, for example, to actually win the match. So it's more how the matches are set up anyway. So that's why that happens, where I understand straight away how you need to go and just enjoy yourself anyway. But what you need to do all the time is lift yourself in a way that you're learning about what's happening. Because when you understand straight away upon making sure that your life is successful, then you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning how people around town are doing that nice and beautiful way of favor for you, to make sure that they are promoting your name over here and there. So make sure that no matter what, if you're understanding that you deserve to just go and really, really do greater, then understand that every single time you just learn quickly upon what you need to do to succeed every single day, and you're understanding straight away that now I can do some DJing now. I can go and wash the dishes as well. I'm making sure anyway that what I need to do first is understand straight away to just DJ. I just go DJ before I actually wash the dishes. And I understand no matter what, I want to groom myself before I DJ over here. I want to make sure I'm grooming myself to look great always. Make sure I'm doing something more and more for myself to do greater is the whole point. And I make sure that I'm learning. I'm planning my life along the way. I'm understanding that my journal is now my audios. And I'm doing my journal here and there to write notes here and there about what to talk about and what to do. So as I promote my events, I realize that other people are also just moving on from what I'm doing. I'm understanding that what's important is I have a hype about me in some other places. But I'm understanding that what's important is making sure that I'm always talking about everything. And as I talk about everything, make sure that I have more than enough time to just enjoy myself. But if you want to go and let's say have nice and beautiful, let's say, videos happening where you have a few video cameras to connect everything together, then that's how you actually do it. And what you do is you make sure that 3 video cameras are playing at the same time, and just go to JB Hi-Fi or technology stores to see how to do that, and they give you the information right away. And they show you the softwares and everything, and you just get the softwares for yourself, and that's it. And then understand that no matter what, if you're learning how to go and do a webinar or something, then guess what, they teach you, and they say, hey, it's more that you're teaching you, but they say, hey, join Zoom over here, and they record you instead. I mean, they're the ones recording you. They're the ones recording you on the seminar, in the webinar. So, yeah, nothing to worry about, because that's how it is, yeah? So what you're understanding straight away is never book appointments online with other people, and understand that they never show up, and that's why. So what you do is, recently I was trying to book an appointment with this woman, and she never did show up for me, so I'll move on. And it's more how I feel that Jesus Christ says that she never did show up. So what I do is I move on. And it's more how I understand that she never messages me either. So it's more unprofessional anyway, so I realize that straight away now. So I'm focusing on understanding that as I grow myself in different ways, I'm making sure I have more than enough success every single day. And I'm making sure that no matter what, that I realize that now in terms of Australia, brush it's Sydney, and then what? Brush then it's actually Tasmania for me. I realize now why Tasmania? I mean, that's just a travel occasion over there to go traveling and to go see the place, and that's it. But I'm making sure anyway, I have better than that. I'm making sure that I can go and just dwell upon making sure that something around here is happening. So I'm making sure that no matter what, the other people sense that I'm making money in different ways, and they are somebody who are understanding that they can say something to the police about how I make money, and the police are always aware about everything anyway. So what I do now is I focus on just making everything legally. I make everything legally in terms of money, but the government's money that I receive, guess what happens? They are people who never screw you over here, because they're the ones giving you the money. I mean, do you understand? I mean, they're giving you the money. I understand. So it's something that you understand. But if you're making money more, if you're making more money, then you make it legally. I mean, in a sense. So that way you understand that it's everybody's thought form to do this, and understand that no matter what, my thought form is make all the money you can, without giving tax money. But guess what? No. I mean, give tax money. I mean, give all the taxpayers. Because I give everybody tax always, but it's more how I understand that. To understand that even back in Jesus Christ times, they were asking Jesus Christ to give tax. Understand? Yeah, and everybody has to give tax money. You have to give people money. It's the whole occasion here. So you have to understand that the banks are helping people anyway with money. So you have to understand that people are against the banks, but the banks are helping many people. I mean, so make sure you understand that anyway, but it's more how you have to understand that they're trying to give you an opportunity to make more money, to make a living for yourself. But I never just want to make a living for myself, man. I mean, that's that. I want to make a thriving on my life in a way that I'm learning very quickly upon what's going on around here. I have a dead moth in my actual room over here because my biological dad went around and he did, let's say, spray around here, the actual insect thing. So that's why I see a dead moth. And anyway, I focus upon understanding that now I want to groom myself over here. I want to make sure I brush my teeth, and also I groom my actual face and do my mustache as well. And now, guess what? I'm pretty sure I can do everything at once now as well. I'm focusing on understanding that quickly. I'm moving forward. So whatever is happening now is I'm learning very quickly upon the nice and beautiful attitude. But I make one seminar first, and I'll do everything one step at a time, guys. Whereas that's my first step, is make the first seminar. And do the first seminar. I mean, make the whole event. Make the first event happen. And then make another first event happen somewhere else. And then make another first event somewhere else. And you keep going, and eventually, boom, boom, boom. I make world events somewhere. I make the first world event somewhere. I make the first event in Mexico City, or I make the first event in Spain, Ibiza. I make the first event in Germany, Frankfurt. I make the first event in Switzerland, somewhere. I mean, in the sense, so I'm always understanding how to lift myself completely, and making sure that no matter what, that since my nice and beautiful over here in terms of my window over here needs to have much better of a look, making sure that you can straighten out the cables, but it's much better that you do so. So before you actually turn on electronics or anything like that, I'm just using the actual hairdryer over here. I'm using a hairdryer, so what I do is I just go and put the hairdryer and I turn it on to make sure that the window has no steam on it. Alright, anyway, since I actually do this over here, I mean, you can actually hear me anyway, so I'm just speaking over the actual tone over here. So I understand that as I speak over the tones and everything, I'm just shining the nice and beautiful hairdryer over the actual top of the nice and beautiful, let's say, on the mirror somewhere, and making sure that mirror is something that I can see my face. So sometimes when you have a shower, then what happens with what happens with the window when you have a shower is it has all this water on it. It has all this nice and beautiful steam on it. So I'm actually getting the blow dryer and I'm just making sure that I blow in place with steam, first of a nice and beautiful hairdryer, and blow the actual window on that. And then I focus upon tying my nice and beautiful, let's say, hairdryer in a way that I'm just learning very quickly to go and do the best job over here, to focus on understanding that what you want out of life is to succeed in different ways. So just do something that helps you grow is what I mean. So love your life and understand that now since I'm actually doing better, I'm making sure that I can go and speak and speak and speak and speak because that's how you do a greater job for yourself. So as you understand straight away how to live life, I'm making sure that I'm learning very quickly upon doing something to help you grow because that's all I do. So anyway guys, since I'm actually doing nice and beautiful content over here, I'm understanding that no matter what, that since I'm actually promoting myself always, I'm making sure I'm moving quickly. I'm moving quickly upon life. I'm making sure that I have no time to waste over here because I understand that time's on your side only if you're speaking more, guys. I promise you, if you're never speaking more, then you have no time. Those people who never talk more have no time to. Those people who never talk more then have no time to live life. I promise you. What you need in life is to watch out how you're actually cutting your beard and be able to go slowly upon what you need. So if you're understanding everything about life, then you're making sure that you can go and understand how it is and how it feels to promote yourself quickly to 400 people, man. I mean, you understand? I mean, it's the best thing in life. I mean, be the one who's the first in the crowd to go and be more successful than everybody else. And that way you understand that they have no skills to communicate, guys. So make sure that you have skills. I mean, be the first one out there who can communicate. I mean, be the one who understands straight away how to communicate to other people. I mean, it's so important. So if you want to be rich, you have to learn how to communicate with people. So understand how people underestimate me. And you have to understand how it is and how it feels that I go and grow myself. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that as I see right now, I understand that people get the notion over here that I'm just really, really into what I'm doing. So as I do something to succeed, I'm actually understanding how it's very funny how other people are sending me on going to get medical advice to go to disability services when I'm charging $200 per ticket. I understand. Ask Jesus Christ to see this. They are saying for me at the employment over there to go to the GP to get sick so that I go to the nice and beautiful disability service over there because that's what they want me to do. So that I be with disability service. But I'm showing them the ticket that I'm charging $200 per ticket over here to see me. And they're talking about me being a disability service. That's excellent. I thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, thank you very much. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. When they're talking about me being in the disability service, I'm a public speaker, I'm doing a seminar around town, and I'm charging $200 per ticket, and they're saying for me to be at disability service. And they're saying for me to go to a disabling car park somewhere where it's disabling people over there. And now, yeah, I have to go over there to teach people, but they're saying for me to go in employment over there with disability, in terms of disability people, but that's where I'm going right now to help those people. It's the funniest thing, but they want me to go and hook myself up to an employment provider that's a disabling one. But guess what, that's what I'm doing with Jesus Christ. I'm just doing another version. It's the funniest thing. Yeah. I just let it be that way. Because it's nice and beautiful, huh? When you're understanding that you can give them a ticket and say, hey, come to my door at $200 per ticket. And they're trying to get me a job. They're trying to get me a job over here. Here's my job. I'll show you my job in your face. I'll show you straight away what I'm doing. So every single day, if you want to go and be greater all the time, it's the funniest thing where somebody in an employment provider is wanting somebody who is a public speaker in terms of life, where you're the one giving a business card to them to come, in terms of to invite them to come to your van to give you $200, and you're going to the employment provider for this. It's the funniest thing in life. I'm understanding, although that everybody's nice and beautiful life is different, and I'm understanding that no matter what I do now, I understand that I have to go and grow myself in different ways. I understand that no matter what that Jesus Christ says with my hairline over here, Portia, if I have to understand the matter, I want to ask Jesus Christ what to do with my hair on my actual birthday. And he says, or else he wants me to get the braids. Or else he wants me to get the braids for the day. Or else now, I understand although that for myself, I let it be. I tried to get my braids on the day, but guess what? Or else Jesus Christ says, just let it be. And just let it be every single day. I make sure that no matter what, I can get my hair braids on the day. And it's much more how I feel that no matter what, that I learn something quickly. I let it be. I let it be this way as well. It's more how I'm going to do what Jesus Christ wants me to do. So what I want is to understand that Jesus Christ wants me really to do what Jesus Christ wants me to do. Because guess what, it's more how I feel. So every single day I'm learning what I need to do. And I understand that I try to get myself the hair braids. But it's more how I understand that eventually I get myself hair braids. I get myself hair braids, but I have to afford it in a way that I can. So I understand that. Anyway, we'll just see what, or I'll see what to do very soon. I want to make sure that I have more enough of everything first. I have plenty of time. Anyway, I'm making sure I go and do greater or a job for me to do better. So as I really enjoy my life, I'm making sure you guys understand that I'm always delivering content in ways that is helping me grow. And I feel how other people have an invitation from me, but they never receive it as an invitation. And yes, they do. First, they receive it as an invitation. I see it's more they are unable to afford it. In the sense that what I do is I let it be. I make sure I let that be because every single day I'm looking to just spark attention with everything I'm doing. And it's never what's easier, but it's more how I actually go and see for that mustache, I'll do something different. I'm making sure that no matter what, that I always go and do what's hard first. And I do that in terms of first so I can go and really live my life better because I have to go and do what's most difficult to achieve my nice and beautiful life much better. Because when you do what's most difficult, then you have the most easy aspects as well. If you only do what's most easy, then you're never doing what's most difficult. In a sense of do what's most difficult so you can do what's most easy as well. So that's the whole point, yeah. And the whole point is understanding how to prosper and succeed and understand to become more abundant for yourself, to deliver content is what you want. So every single day, understand that no matter what, that you need to focus upon loving your life. But I understand other people are looking to see that I did send some invitations to somebody and they feel left out. They feel left out, so they have to come see my Instagram. In the sense that they feel that I have a presence around town, so they feel they have to come and see me. So what I do is I move on quickly. I move on in a better way. I move on in a way that's helping me move forward. So what I do is I focus on understanding that no matter what, I can see people's eyes over here, and they just be, they'd be like, whoa, how do you do that, man? They're all trying to compulsion in terms of they're trying to understand it, me over here in terms of how do I do that? How do I actually make myself an event like this, man? They're saying, but guess what, bro, it's just like that, yeah? So I'm focusing on saying that I see how other people are left out because they did block me. They blocked me and then they feel left out. So I'm doing great anyway. So I'm focusing on making sure that I listen to my heart. And there's a song over there, listen to your heart when it's calling for you. Now that's something that you have to listen to as well. So you have to understand who the DJ is about that too. So I have to go and see, actually, to understand that I have to see who actually sings that and who actually is the nice and beautiful singer to that. So I understand that I want to learn different aspects of life. I just want to learn something. But as I learn something, I understand that with me, in terms of my music, it's popular because of my knowledge that I've given in life coaching. That's it, but it's also in the music as well. But my life coaching is even something that backs it up. In a sense, so that way I have more backing up my music, yeah. And my nice and beautiful unrecognizing force is Jesus Christ. And that's the force that helps me everything in terms of life. In terms of I is everything in terms of how I follow Jesus Christ. And that's the force where the more I follow Jesus Christ, the more Jesus Christ helps me move into the direction that I need to go in to help myself succeed. So what I do now is I focus on uploading content so I can do greater. I anyway say that when you guys realize how fast everything is, I'm making sure that those people who never admire me are very soon admiring me because they see much more deserving of admiration. Because I'm somebody in life, I'm making sure that I see that and I understand that no matter what, that I learn straight away that when I invite somebody, or as I feel happier because I did that. I understand? Because I'm somebody who understands how to promote myself to other people. So every single day I'm learning how to go and just be the best I can to make sure that I have more than enough success in what I need daily. And that's it. I'm just making sure that I'm living life. But once other people see me and they say, oh, when they say, what's happening with this guy, man? When this guy's challenging me, when this guy's doing something around whatever it is, and guess what? Actually, it's all around the world. I see this whole bunch of people coming to me. I say, hey, nah, this guy's successful, man. When this guy's doing something, and then these stars are going to be seeing me, and they see me, and they say, oh, he's sexy. He's so sexy. I want to see him. I want to make sure that he has everything. Or should this woman want to give me a baby? I understand straight away that what I want to do is succeed. So I do greater. And understand that no matter what, I have everything I ever want. So what I do is every single day, on the day where I go on my public speaking event, whereas I just come in there, I just enjoy. I can play some music on the side. And what I do is I help people to come in a way of how. I just let them come in. And what I do is I just enjoy. I make sure that I say hello to everybody. And what I want to do is as soon as somebody comes into the door, I want to start my seminar. I want to understand that I want to just enjoy myself. I want to get straight into the seminar. And I want to be taping. I want to be recording this straight away. So there's no waiting for them to come in the door. Otherwise, as soon as 1 o'clock starts, boom, 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 I'm starting my seminar. But everything before, I can bring my portable speaker and I can play some music. And now, as I play my music, I'm making sure that no matter what, that it's more I play my music, and making sure that I can focus upon something that's helping me grow. And now, what do I play in my music? I play nice and beautiful jazz music. Play any music that I have. That's my music. And that way I'm learning quickly. So if I have to go, let's say if something happens where I may have to go to a toilet break, I'll play some music upon Michael Jackson or something. I'll play something in terms of life, and guess what? I learn a bit of it. I'll play something, and no matter what, it's more like that. So I focus upon understanding that I just go and do greater upon my life to succeed. But I'm just somebody who understands that I just want to be speaking all day long. And as I speak and speak and speak, I'm doing greater and greater and greater. But I'm not saying that Jesus Christ says with exercise books and all this and pamphlets and all that. But actually Jesus Christ says make something happen. Make something happen. But Jesus Christ says here that it's more that. I was showing them the PowerPoint. I print some PowerPoints. I have to print 100 of those. And as I print it, I just go and give it to them. I realize it's more professional anyway. And as I do that, actually it's more professional. I say whatever happens, I'm using those PowerPoints anyway for my other seminars. And I'm never losing money, man. And I'm actually learning quickly. That no matter what happens, I realize that Jesus Christ says, hey, let's do it. Because that way I'm learning quickly upon understanding that I want to do it. Because I understand straight away that if you're learning anything about life, you're actually very fast to a notion of what you need to do. And I'm understanding that no matter what, that as I learn and grow, I'm understanding that my biological dad's helping me so much as well for my promotion with my seminar, because he's giving me free, let's say, accommodation. And he gave me $80 as well. And he's helping me promote myself. But I have to do it. Although he's giving me accommodation for free. And I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do. But luckily, I was speaking to myself today and I was saying, hey, send it to my biological dad's house. And that way I'm understanding that no matter what, that if they ask me what my address is, I say it's right here at 6 Trevana Street now.
And I just let it be that way. So what I do now is, no matter what, if I put my address over here, or if it's different, and I just say something did happen, and I realize that no matter what, I can win over 2 weeks again. And I focus upon understanding that it's so funny how I just go up and down and up and down and up and down, and I just run away from the government. I run away from the government. I mean, Jesus Christ understands me, and it's more how I have to run away from the government, man. I have to run away and run away and run away to never work a 9-to-5 job. But it's like I'm running for my life, man. I'm running away from my life, man. I promise you. Jesus Christ does the same thing. But I understand that Jesus Christ in my situation, I promise you, I ask Jesus Christ to see what he does in my situation. I promise you, Jesus Christ says that he does the same as me. I have to run away from my life over here. I have to run away from them, man. When they want me to work a 9-to-5 job, I never want to work a 9-to-5 job. I have to run away. I see. So anyway, so as I actually grow, I understand that Jesus Christ also does it exactly the same as I am in terms of this situation, because he never wants to be a 9-to-5 job either. I realize anyway, I never hate you. I love everything. I make sure always that I'm signaling all the time better communication. I never hate anything ever. I realize that sometimes I may say it, but I understand I never actually mean that. I mean something greater. So I make sure I love everything. So the whole point is understanding to just affirm something that you really mean, and that way you're understanding how to grow yourself. So what I want to do quickly is I want to do my eyebrows very quickly. I want to make sure that no matter what, that as I do my eyebrows over here, I'm making sure I'm never wasting time, because I'm doing my audio programs along the way. I'm focusing on just doing my aspects of life over here to make sure I'm doing greater. So as I do greater, I'm focusing on helping myself to succeed in different ways. I'm focusing on making sure that my nice and beautiful eyebrows over here have the best kind of notion going. And as I focus upon something that really helps me grow, I'm focusing on what I can do here to succeed, and that's it. Whereas now the successful intent over here is making sure that you are learning how you are. So just make sure if you're talking to other people, that you're talking to them because you really just want to talk to them, and that you're never talking to them because you want something from them, because of pleasure or something. But give them free words of advice or something like that, and that way you understand that they go to other people talking to them to get something, but they never want that from you. Whereas they never want to even talk to you in terms of communication. So what do? I mean, you just go and do your life. I understand. So that deserves something less anyway. So what you do is just do better to have more than them, and make sure that you're personally more successful than other people. That way I understand straight away how you must understand that people feel shame. I mean, they feel shame about themselves here. And it's more how they love me so much that they never want to see me in life. And why is that? Because they leave me in a pool of mess. I understand? And they never want to inspire me to grow in this moment. So they make sure that my life becomes a living hell where they never need to help me with words. I understand? And that's how they are. But if you leave people in a pile of mess or something like that, make sure that you're learning how to actually inspire yourself, to make sure that you're helping people to get out of the mess. So what I do all day long is audio programs to help you guys straight away succeed, is what I'm doing. And I understand straight away that no matter what people say, I realize they can say something and never show up. You understand? So what I do is I focus upon understanding that what I want to do is I never have to talk to other people for 50 years so that they come to my event, man. I mean, if you guys never want to come to my event, man, I invite you once, I never have to talk to you for 24 hours for you to come. I mean, other people want me to talk to them for 50,000 million years so that they can come to my event for 8 hours. I never need that, man. I realize what I need is to talk to myself only, and that's it. I have to talk to myself only with Jesus Christ, and that's it. Focus upon understanding that now. Since I'm understanding that's all done, I'm understanding I have to go and read my nice and beautiful bank statements here. I'm understanding that it's time for a new shoulder bag too. I'm understanding that what I want to do is always a greater job for myself. So what I do is something that helps me move forward today. I'm understanding now, since I'm understanding that I have to go and DJ my music here, I'm understanding that I have to go and just teach you also how to DJ. So what I can do is I'm learning how to actually do that.
So what I do is I have an audio program while I'm DJing. And now it's much more worth it. I say thank you very much, because what I do is I DJ with my earphones while I'm talking to you. And that's it. I make sure you guys can hear me. Whereas it's more important for me to DJ now than it is to promote my Instagram. So I realize now. Whereas what I do now is I focus on saying that it's 9 p.m. at night. So as I really focus upon something, I have to get through some information to understand a bit more about the banks and more than that. Making sure that no matter what, as I grow myself completely, I'm making sure I'm doing something to help my life over here. So no matter what, I'm just charging my technology over here. I'm making sure that I have my earphones over here, and I'm about to just go and deliver content. So what I want to do first also is I have to listen back to my content in my headphones. So what I want to do is I'd rather go and listen to my nice beautiful content with headphones, and listen to everything with headphones is the best way forward now. And then I want to go and DJ with my earphones and headphones. Now that's something different. So as I succeed, I have to devote time into DJing for myself, because I'm a DJ and I DJ my own music. So that way I have to make more music now as well. So no matter what, I always have much more happening. So as I do more right here, I'm learning something very successful every single day upon how to actually succeed. So what I do is I have a message over here. I see what I do is I make sure that I'm learning. So somebody else wants me to show them what I left on the card today. So it's more how they want more information about me. I'm making sure that no matter what, that I succeed differently. I make sure to let it be. Make sure that this one over here wants me to really succeed with them, to focus upon just showing them what I'm doing. So I'm not saying that anyway. What I do is I let it be, because every single time I understand that if I reply, I win. By making sure that if I never reply, I promise you I understand that it's more how I have to reply over here. So what I do is I just go and reply to them, and I make sure that I'm just learning. So they want to see me, so I just say I do a lot of information around more. Alright, so I said hi, so I just help you communicate words better. I mean, every single time I make sure that no matter what, as I learn, that I grow, and as I grow I understand straight away how I just notice all the time how much more I can do every single day. So what I do is I focus upon understanding that there's more of a lift in my heart over here to focus upon helping you to succeed. So as I succeed, I focus upon helping myself to have more, and I go and listen to my nice and beautiful music over here. And as I do that, I do some Netflix while I actually listen to my headphones with my music over here, to see what else I need to go and change about the track or anything like that, to make sure it's nice and beautiful sound design over here. And now, do I upload content online about this? I probably no, until I finish off the track. Actually, once I finish off the track, it's done. I want to make sure anyway that what I do now is I go and play my music. And as I play my music over here with my headphones, I brush it with Netflix. I can still watch Netflix, which is amazing. So I make sure that I never watch Netflix in terms of audio over there. I make sure that I have all the audio with my headphones and Jesus Christ over here. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that everything's my word I, and I focus upon lifting myself. I also, guys, switch off the nice and beautiful light when I'm actually doing something around my nice and beautiful way of life over here. So what I need to do is let it be that way, and I'm focused upon understanding that as I listen to music, I switch off the light and I make sure my heater is on over here. So what I do now is I let it be and I move on, and I make sure that you guys can hear me in a better time. Because what I do is I never speak to you while I'm actually listening to the nice beautiful voice of mine over here. I'm understanding over here that my voice is very beautiful, but making sure that no matter what, that it's more I go and write to you so much more content, and I write physically while I'm actually listening to content. So I'm always speaking to you in my physical journal as I write my physical journal while I'm actually listening to my content, because it's much better for me to listen to my music much better this way.